Hey everyone, okay, so today is a really exciting video for me because I get to share with you products that I absolutely love, or product as this thing, I have no idea what that is. Probably a bit of chocolate, I hope. I get to share products that I really love, and this one, so I think, do you remember probably 2 months ago I did a video on The Ordinary and it was about their foundation, the colours, and the colours are an amazing foundation and probably the biggest foundation launch of the year, as I mentioned in that video, because they were so inexpensive. This is nothing to do with The Ordinary. Now, there are two liquid foundations that I truly love and have done for years. Ellis Fast and Makeup Atelier Paris Waterproof Foundation. They are my two liquid staples. I love them. This foundation, this brand new foundation, in my opinion, is the best, single best liquid foundation I have ever tried. Ever. There is nothing negative to say apart from one thing, which we'll get to in a minute. So, as many of you will have guessed, it is, and I'm going to show you a full demonstration, is the Double Wear Nude Water Fresh Makeup by Estee Lauder. Now, this isn't sponsored or anything like that. Now, this is a water-based foundation. Now, the difference between water-based and silicone-based is silicone bases tend to feel good and they slide around a lot before they set. A water-based foundation tends to set very quickly. Now, this has an SPF of 30, which is wonderful, and it claims to have incredibly long wear, and I can attest for that, or attest for it even. What I'm going to do is stick it on my face and then talk you through why it's so amazing. Now, what you can't see, but you could if you could feel me, is right here and under here is really dry because I use Retin-A, and it makes your skin for a while feel really unpleasant, like you smile and it just turns white and cracks. If I were to put foundation, liquid foundation over this, it looks horrific, particularly silicone-based ones. They just cling like you wouldn't believe. Now, I'm able to use this over those areas and buff it in with my number 13 brush, and nothing, there's no sticking to it. It's amazing. So I'm going to use shade 4C1. Now, this is as pretty much perfect color match as you can get. So I'm going to dot it onto my face, and then we're going to talk about the negative in a second. So I just buff it in, and I like to be relatively vigorous with this because this gives the most poreless finish. I mean, really poreless. When you combine it with my number 13 brush, which is, I think, just the most amazing brush, you get poreless skin with this. So let me just, so this is what I call one coat. Now, the company says that it is light to medium coverage, and I would absolutely attest to that. Some people will think it's really sheer. It's more sheer when you apply it with your hands or a sponge, but with a brush, my number 13, it really does give you a good medium finish. So, I see I haven't added any more. I'm just smoothing out the edges. Now, underneath here, you just wipe my lips, there is nothing. It still feels dry, but it's not clinging to any patches. It's not being irritating or ugly or like all the other foundations that are silicone-based do. And there's nothing wrong with silicone-based foundations. They're fabulous, but they do not love dry skin. That's why so many women get on with MAC waterproof, MAC face and body, especially those with dry skin, because it doesn't cling the same way. So I hate leaving a face full of foundation and nothing else because it's the one way to make yourself look quite ill. So I'm going to do the what I call the blusher. So I like to apply 2 dots above the eyebrows, a dot on my nose, and a couple of dots along the cheekbone area, and then I'm just going to buff those in. Alrighty, so all the benefits are absolutely amazing. There is one negative, and that is it doesn't come with a pump. And this is a really big deal, right? Because this is a high-end foundation, and with all high-end foundations, they should come with a pump. There's no excuse. But for the price of $5, you can buy a pump. Now, I will continue to repurchase this foundation regardless because it is amazing. I'm not happy about there not being a pump. There should be a pump. Estee Lauder, we need a pump. It should come with a pump. It's a high-end foundation. We know they cost not a lot. It's going to use a bad word. Not going to use a bad word. It has to come with a pump. Just stop with the nonsense about, Double Wear, the original Double Wear is so good. And I was so late coming to the game because I'm so faithful to my liquids. And it's such a great foundation. It doesn't come with a pump. I want a pump. That sounds like I want a pump, which I probably no. I just want a pump for this bottle. That's all I'm asking for. So let me know if you've tried this. If you haven't, all links are in the description bar. I promise you, it is better than all of the other foundations I have ever personally spoken about. All my liquid foundations, this one is better than all of them, every single one I've ever mentioned. And that blows my mind. There you go, right down there, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.